Good morning, children. Welcome back. Let us continue the lesson Games at Twilight. Turn to page number 19. Next to the garage was another shed with a big green door, also locked. That shed housed all the broken and old things of the house and wasn't open more than once a year when Ma had it cleaned. The door had rusty hinges and made a small gap between the doors and the walls, only just large enough for rats, dogs, and possibly Ravi to slip through. Now, near a garage, there was a shed with a big green door, and it was always locked. The shed had all the old things of that particular house and all the broken and old things in that shed, and was not open at all. It was not open more than once a year also. When only Ma had to clean it, she would open it. And the door had rusty hinges, and it had small gaps between the door and the walls. They were so large that even the rats and dogs could easily slip through the gaps. And maybe Ravi also could slip through the gap. Ravi had never cared to enter such a dark and depressing place. But as Raghu's whistling grew sharper, Ravi suddenly slipped off through the crack. He chuckled aloud with astonishment at his boldness. When Raghu came, he stood silently, listened, and finally shouted, "I heard you. I'm coming. Got you," and came charging round the garage, only to find the upturned flower pot. Nothing. Angrily, he went off. Ravi never entered into such a dark and depressing place at all. Depressing means miserable place. Now here, when Raghu came whistling in, and the whistle grew much sharper. When does a whistle grow sharper? When the person who is whistling comes much closer to us. So Raghu started whistling and it grew sharper, and Ravi suddenly slipped through the crack. And he chuckled at his boldness. He was happy that he save himself from Raghu. So he chuckled. Chuckle means laugh quietly. Astonishment means amazement. He chuckled at his boldness. So when Raghu came, he stood silently and listened, and then suddenly he shouted, "I heard you. I'm coming. Got you." And then he came charging round the garage, and he found only the flower pot which was turned upside down and nothing else. So he went off angrily. Ravi then shivered with delight, with self-congratulation, with fear. It was dark, spooky in the shed. It had a muffled smell. Ravi had once got locked into the linen cupboard and sat there weeping for half an hour before he was rescued. But at least the cupboard had been a familiar place and even smelled pleasant. But the shed smelled of rats, dust and spider webs, and it was dark. Except for the cracks along the door, there was no light. After a while, he could hear Raghu coming back to the shed. Ravi curled himself into a ball, almost relieved to hear Raghu. It made him feel protected. Ravi shivered with delight, and he congratulated himself because he had saved from Raghu. But the shed was very dark. It was spooky. Spooky means scary. It had muffled smell. Muffled means enveloped. Smell. The smell was inside the shed only. Ravi had once got locked in a linen cupboard. Linen means clothes. And he sat there weeping for half an hour. And then he was rescued later. But at least that cupboard was a familiar place, and it even smelled pleasant because all the washed clothes were kept inside the cupboard. But this shed smelled of rats, dust, and spider webs, and it was dark also. Only except for the cracks along the door, there was no light also. After a while, he could hear Raghu coming back again to the shed. He curled himself like a ball, and he was relieved that somebody was trying to find Ravi, and it made him feel protected. He was not neglected by everyone. But Raghu soon moved away. There wasn't a sound once his footsteps receded. Ravi stood frozen inside the shed. Something had tickled the back of his neck. It was an insect. He killed it and wondered how many more creatures were watching him. Now Raghu moved away, and there was no sound of his footsteps. His footsteps moved away. Now Ravi stood there without any movement in the shed. Something tickled at the back of his neck. It was an insect. He killed it, but he wondered how many more creatures, how many more insects were watching at him. After standing